Hi friends, and today we can discuss from ICI study material account current. So illustration 3 completely theory part and illustration 1 as well as 2 already they have been uploaded. You can watch through playlist. So today we can discuss illustration 3. So this is what account current to be prepared. So in products method. Okay, from the following particulars make up an account current to be rendered by S. Das Gupta to a holder on 31st December. Interest rate at the rate of 5% per annum. 1 year is equal to 365 days you have to consider. Okay. And you are given the following transactions like this. Very important. So and how we are going to write the heading. Who will render and who will prepare the account current, and his name should be written at the end all the time. And of course who is rendering and who is preparing, think that you are the same person, and from that point of view, that person point of view, and you have to record all the transactions. So here who is prepared? Das Gupta prepared a holder account. So heading will be a holder in account current with Das Gupta. Definitely we are Das Gupta and we are preparing holder in account current with Das Gupta. And obviously as I said that we are Das Gupta, every transaction we should think from the Das Gupta point of view, and we are preparing like the holder account. Moreover, it is said that like 365 days per year you have to take it. Okay, in that way, how can you record all the transactions one by one? First look at that 2016 June 30. Balance owing or due both are same. Either owing or due both are same. If due from this A holder, due from A holder means he is a debtor for us, debit balance. Due to holder means you have to pay, and he is a creditor in credit balance. Due from debit balance, due to credit balance. Look at that balance due by a holder. Due by a holder means from holder we have to receive the money. So due by a holder means he is a debtor for us and debit balance. Right there, first transaction 2016 and June 30th. Right there, two balance brought down. So obviously you have to transaction for opening balance need not to say the due date for every transaction unless separately stated the transaction date itself is a due date. If separate due date is given, of course that due date you may consider. Okay, particularly for opening balance it is not a transaction, this is opening balance. So for opening balance that day also should be considered. Normally what we do, June 30 to December 31st you have to calculate. Normally we ignore June 30. From July 1st onwards you have to calculate the number of days. But for opening balance you have to consider that June 30th date also. Okay, so that day also should not be included. That sheet day also should be considered. Therefore, right there, two balance brought down. Amount is 520. Okay, now let us take that June 30. And that June 30th day also should be considered, means one day in June you have to take. July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30, December 31. Look at the total number of days, 185. Multiply 185 into 520, resulting amount 96,200. That is the product. Particularly balance. That day also should be considered. For transaction that day can be ignored. Okay, and moreover due from holder, due by holder or due from holder both are same, means he is a debtor for us, therefore debit balance. Due to holder, credit balance. Okay, right there, look at the next transaction. July 17th goods sold to A holder. In the A holder account, two sales. July 17th, two sales. July 17th, two sales, amount is 40. No separate due date is given, therefore you can take the same July 17th, you have to take the due date also. Number of days in the July 14, August 31, September, October, November, December 31. Total number of days 167. And get the product 167 into 40. 6,680. Product is 6,680. Go to the next transaction. Cash received from a holder. Cash account data to holder in the holder by cash. August 1st. August 1st. By cash. Amount is 500. So no separate due date is given. So you can take August 1st itself is the due date for this transaction. August 1st in the sense in August till 30 days are there. September, October, November, December, 152 days. To get the product 152 multiplied by 500, the product is 76,000. The product is 76,000. The next one, August 19, goods sold to holder 720. Holder account data to sales in the holder to sales. August 19th. August 19th. To sales. August 19th to sales. Amount 720. And moreover, separate due date is not given. Therefore, August 19th itself you can take as a due date. In the August 12 days, okay, September, October, November, December, total number of days 134. Multiply to get the product 134 into 720. The resulting amount 96,480. 96,480. August 19th. August 30, goods sold to a holder. Again 50 rupees. A holder account data to sales. August 30 to sales. Amount is 50. Amount is 50 to sales. And you can take the same date is a due date because separate due date is not provided here. Still August, one more day. September, October, November, December. Total number of days looking 123. Get the product 123 into 50. 6150. 6150. Okay, next is September 1st. Cash received from holder 400. Cash account data to holder account in the holder by cash. September 1st. By cash 400. No separate due date is given. You can take the same transaction date itself is a due date. September 1st in the sense in the September 29 days. October, November, December. So total number of days looking 121. And get the product 121 into 400. The resulting amount 48,400. 48,400. Next again September 1st. A holder accepted Das Gupta's bill. Means Das Gupta, we have drawn a bill that is accepted by the holder. We have drawn that bill is accepted by the holder means that is our bills receivable. Entry bills receivable account data to holder account in the holder by bills receivable September 1st. By bills receivable, this bill is there for a period of 3 months. Okay, 3 months bill this is given. September 1st means October, November, December. First 3 grace days will be there. Therefore due date December 4th. Number of months 3 months to be added. 3 grace days also will be there for a bill. Therefore due date is December 4th. And here the amount involved is 300. Number of days December 4th to December 31st, 27 days. And therefore 23 into 300. 27 days, not 23. Not 23 days, 27 days. December 4th to December 31st, 27 days. Okay, 27 into 300, 8,100. 8,100. Next one, October 22nd, goods bought from a holder, purchased to holder. In the holder by purchases, October 22nd. buy purchases. October 22nd buy purchases. Amount involved is 20 rupees. No separate due date is given, so you can take the October 22nd itself is the due date. So in the October, how many days? 9. October, November and December. Total number of days is looking 70. 20 into 70, resulting product is 1400. Okay, resulting product is 1400 rupees is the product. 1400 rupees. 20 into 70. The resulting product is 1400 rupees, right? And go to the October 22nd is November 12th. Goods sold to Halder. Halder account data to sales. In the Halder to sales, November 12th. November 12th. November 12th to sales. Amount 14 rupees. No separate due date is given. You can take the November 12th itself is the due date. In the November still 18 days are there. December 31 days. Total number of days 49. 49 into amount 14 multiplied to get the product 686. 686. Lastly, cash received from Halder. Entry cash account data to Halder. In the Halder buy cash. Buy cash. Okay, so and here amount is involved 50. No separate due date given, therefore I would like to take the same December 14th as a due date here. Number of days and 17 days are there till December 31st. And 50 into 37, 50 into 17, 850. That's all. Transactions are completely over. All the transactions you have taken. Then let us take the first. You have to get the balance of product on December 31st. Debit product is looking more, so you will get the balance that side on December 31st. By balance of products. Let us see what is the debit product total. 96,200 plus 6680. Plus 96,480 plus 6150 plus 686. Therefore 2,06,196. 2,06,196. 2,06,196. Out of that, the credit product 5 items are there. We can minus all of them to get the balance of product. Minus 76,000 minus 48,400 minus 8,100 minus 1,400 minus 850. The resulting amount 71,446. 71,446. That is the balance of product. Okay, interest is equal to balance of products by 365 into rate by 100. Balance of products we know 71,446 by 365 into look at what is the rate given. Rate of interest by 5%, 5 by 100. That is 71,446 by 365 into 5%. It is 9 points. The interest you can check it, 9.787 or 9.79. You may take 9.79. Automatically balance of products that side means debit products is more and it is a debit interest, means you have to make the Halder as a data for that. Halder account data to interest. In the Halder to interest, December 31st. Write there to interest. Write in the interest amount column 9.79. 9.79. Always balance of products opposite side amount column. In the amount column we need to write the interest 9.79. Yes, you can balance the amount column right now. First let us go to the debit total of amount 520 plus 40 plus 720 plus 50 plus 14 plus 9.79. The total is 1353.79. 1353.79. 1353.79. Let us get the balance. By balance carried on. Okay, to see that. So credit amounts are to be deducted. Minus 500, minus 400, minus 300, minus 20, minus 50. Balance is 83.79. By balance carried on 83.79. January 1st, 2017, January 1st. To balance brought down 83.79. Simply that is the way to balance carried on and brought down. So which is simply products method, and this is what the illustration 3, and we can discuss the illustration 4 in the next class. Okay, bye.